The Mandela effect is an odd phenomenon where multiple people, sometimes hundreds of people, remember something that never actually happened. Keep in mind, every Mandela effect may not actually affect you. Mandela effects affect people in different ways. It may greatly affect you to the point that it makes you question a large part of your childhood or your life, or it may barely affect you at all. So join me today as we discuss a Mandela effect.
Now let's get it started with the men you all know. Here's another Anthony James video.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Anthony James, and right now I want to talk to you guys about a few of my a few newer Mandela effects I haven't really heard of until very recently. The first one involved probably one of my favorite adult cartoons of all time. I mean, I watched this literally when I was a child. I've watched it literally since season one. I liked it came out at the perfect time and hit at the perfect time that I was just the right age to enjoy it, and actually it became a surprise hit and actually swept the nation. I remember early commercials for this back in the day, and watching the first couple episodes even back in the day. And I actually remember the first appearance of a certain character on this show. Of course, I'm talking about South Park, if you haven't guessed already. And this character was one of the first characters that wasn't a main, what I would consider a main character on the show. This is a character that pop in, once a year or so in the earlier seasons, and actually became a bit of a hit for the show. Of course, I'm talking about Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh. That's right. If it was Christmas time, he was popping out of the toilet. If you remember, it was and it was a big thing at the time. He had a very very famous catchphrase. Now when you think of Mr. Hanky, picture Mr. Hanky in your mind's eye. What's Mr. Hanky saying to you? The main thing that he says. Is it "Hidey ho"? Or is it "Howdy ho"? Hidey ho or howdy ho? Which one is it? It's actually, believe it or not, now it is howdy ho, which is crazy to me. I remember howdy ho. I remember everybody going around school and saying howdy ho to each other, and everybody had, even some people had shirts. I remember shirts, Mr. Hanky shirts, and like Mr. Hanky dolls and stuff. At the time, I even have a South Park shirt, and actually has Mr. Hanky on it. But it's kind of odd, right? I mean, like such a big catchphrase. Granted, it's a very small difference, but hidey ho was the catchphrase for sure. That was what he said. That was the line. Hidey ho, and plus hidey ho is a lot funnier than howdy ho. I mean, it just is. I mean, you can. I mean, if you remember it, and you were growing up then Mr. Hanky said howdy ho. This is actually mind blowing to me. This one is one of the ones that mess with me. There's some that just like that you hear and you're just like, I feel like if I asked 100 people on the street Mr. Hanky's catchphrase, assuming they were right age and actually knew what I was talking about, 100 South Park fans, let's say that, I feel like at least 90% of them would say howdy ho immediately and be 100% sure, unless they've heard about this Mandela effect, or unless they're maybe a younger fan or whatever that weren't watching the episodes as they were coming out. But anyway, guys, that Mandela effect, really crazy. Comment down below. I mean, what do you remember? Do you remember howdy ho or howdy ho? Let me know down below. All right, this next one is another cartoon that I actually watched quite a bit as a child. And actually, it's funny because I've actually like a kid in my family. They really liked Scooby Doo. So I've actually watched quite a bit of it. Old, new, the movies. I mean, just everything, live action, everything. So I've seen a lot of Scooby Doo and I've seen a lot of Shaggy in my day. And of course, like I said, as a child, I watched it. When you picture Shaggy, you picture a green shirt, kind of what would you call like a bowl cut type of thing going on, kind of a like a hippie-ish look to him, a goatee thing going on, and pretty skinny enough to where you can kind of see an Adam's apple, right? Yeah, right. You remember the Adam's apple? Yeah, not anymore. Apparently, not anymore. If you would ask people, does Shaggy from Scooby Doo have an Adam's apple? I feel like most people would say yes. I would have said yes for sure. I mean, but that's the Mandela effect for you. It definitely messes with you in such weird ways, you know. And there's people that's gonna be like, you never had one. Look at this YouTube video. Da, 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 da. I was like, yeah, that's literally how the Mandela effect works. You're not gonna be able to pull up an official Scooby Doo video. Odds are you won't be able to, where he has an Adam's apple now. But if you ask people that watched it and remember, they would say, yeah, he had an Adam's apple. But now apparently he doesn't. And that's the Mandela effect for you. Taking the Adam's apple away from the cartoons. Why are you doing that? Mandela effect? Why? Well, I mean, that's crazy. Craziness. But I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's just one of those things. I guess, like, because I mean, Scooby Doo is such a very popular cartoon that has went on with countless episodes and series and movies, like I said. And Shaggy is pretty much always portrayed basically the same way. Most of the characters are on that show. That's just one of those shows that they don't change them that much. And so for Shaggy to no longer have a Adam's apple is honestly kind of mind blowing. I wonder if there's any other Hanna Barbera um, Mandela effects like with the Flintstones or Jetsons or anything. Do you guys know of anything else or any other cartoons like that? I know the Looney Tune ones, but Looney Tunes is misspelled or not misspelled, but it's spelled differently now, which is very strange to me. Very strange. But yeah, actually, let me talk about that. The Looney Tunes. Okay, this one got me too. Also, actually. So spell Looney Tunes, right? Or spell tunes, right? I mean, even in Who Framed Mr. Roger Rabbit or Who Framed Roger Rabbit, sorry. Um, like there's actually like it's pretty much like in your head. I mean, the word tunes has been used before. And how do you spell it? Toons, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing. It's actually not spelled that way. It's Tunes, like tunes, like music tunes, like you're listening to tunes on the radio or something. It's very weird. This is another cartoon that I watched quite a bit as a child. So for this to be a Mandela effect is pretty strange in my opinion, just because of like the popularity. This is another cartoon, immensely popular cartoon. For it to not, or for the spelling of the show to change is crazy. I mean, most people you're gonna ask them spell Looney Tunes, and if they understand how Mandela effect works, I think they'll understand this. That's one that I mean in my mind's eye I can picture Looney Tunes, the logo and everything, and it being spelled Tunes would have been super strange to me. Because I always remember like it's different. Like even as a kid, I remember like we were learning how to spell and stuff. I remember spelling like bit, and I remember this like because a lot of stuff when I was learning to spell I'd associate with things I understood. And Looney Tunes, one of the things I remember spelling whenever they would spell tunes. I remember even remembering as a kid, no, this is spelled different than like a tune, like a cartoon. This is actually spelled or like a Looney Tune, sorry, but it's actually spelled Tunes. Oh no, I hope cartoon. The word cartoon hasn't changed either. That'd be weird. It's definitely Carton, right? I hope so, because that'd be weird if it was now Cartunes. That'd be super weird. That'd be actually mind blowing. Actually, that would be messed up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think that's a weird one. Honestly, do believe that one's one that one definitely messes with me just a little bit. Thank you so much for checking out this Mandela effect video. If you're not aware of what the Mandela effect is, definitely research it and look into it. I've actually done a few Mandela effect videos. I plan on doing more, so check that out. I have a playlist actually. I'll actually link that playlist somewhere in the description or somewhere. It may play after the video or something like that, or show you after the video. But check out the rest of my Mandela effect videos because there's some crazy ones, and I've ran across literally probably close to 1,000 at this point. And so I definitely, like, I'm just every day you're finding them. It's crazy. But anyway, guys, thank you so much, and as always, don't forget to
subscribe.